Welcome class. In this video, we are going to work out a question related to make D the subject of the formula or the subject of the formula in the equation. So we have the question here as G is equivalent to the square root of D minus X over D minus 1. So that is the question. Now, for the first step is that we need to multiply both sides by G. We need to square both sides. If we square this side, G becomes G squared. If we square the other side, we will have removing the square root. This square root we will cancel it. So what we will do is that we will have the G squared is equivalent to D minus X over D minus 1. So we have squared both sides by removing the square root. Now in that case, we will have to multiply both sides by the denominator. Now we want to remove the D minus 1. Now we will do D minus 1. This one we multiplied by G squared is equivalent to D minus 1 multiplied by D minus X over D minus 1. So that means we now can be able to cancel the denominator. All of this denominator we can cancel that one, and then here we will expand. To expand the left hand side, we will get G squared D minus G squared is equivalent to D minus X. So here we have expanded the left hand side, and the right hand side we just remained with the D minus X. We will now collect the terms containing D on the left hand side. Collect the terms containing D on the left hand side, and that means that we will bring this D on this side. In that case, we will have in that case we will have dg squared. We're going to have dg squared is equivalent to dg squared minus d is equivalent to g squared minus x. So can we now factorize the left hand side? If we factorize the left hand side, now we factorize the left hand side, we will have now to divide both sides by g squared minus 1. Now we will have d into g squared minus 1 is equivalent to g squared minus x. Okay, so divide both sides by d squared minus x minus 1. Divide both sides by d squared minus 1, g squared minus 1 over g squared minus 1. What we'll now have is that we will now have this side d is going to be g squared minus x over g squared minus 1. We shall have made d the subject of the formula. In that case, we shall have made the g the subject of the formula. Thank you for watching. subscribe to the next video. Welcome.